Any suggestions for the overwrite syndrome? It's a great question. I've noticed that the tracks I hear on TV are simple. So how do you avoid overwriting and not adding everything, including the kitchen sink? It's a really great question. I love it because it's something that I've struggled with in my career many, many, many times, actually. Earlier on in my career, I was the producer that said, I've got to have 14 snare drums and 8 kicks, and I've got to have a lead guitar and a lead piano and a lead strings and a lead synth, and I got to have them all complementing and being in harmony with each other, and some of them going in and out of each other. I was way overproducing and overthinking, and it's actually still something that I struggle with to this day. I still feel that many times I will go to, I'm not really liking this, let me just add more to it, right? Rather than rethink about what I'm doing and reanalyze, how I'm going forward with this track. So for me, what I do is I will limit my instruments essentially, right? And so I will basically see my track as a play on a stage, and I only want to have one, even though it doesn't quite correlate directly to how the actors on the stage would work. But I want my percussion, which could be drums, or if it's like cinematic stuff or minimal, whatever, I want my percussion and drums section. Okay, so that's one thing. I need to have those filled up. That I need to have a bass or a low end of some sort. So that's usually just one instrument. It could be a piano, or it could be a bass, it could be a low guitar, it could be strings, horns, but something in the low frequency range, kind of adding some warmth to this track. I want sort of a chord progression, something that's taking the place of where piano playing chords would go. So it could be strings, could be rhythm guitar, something like that, a synth, but it needs to be kind of in this chord section, and then a lead, right? And basically with that, that's all I need, right? So I think some producers, what they'll do is they won't think about their music that way, and they'll just think in terms of just adding more and more sounds, more and more sounds, more and more sounds. But they're not thinking in terms of like, I just need to have certain roles filled within my track, right? So I need to have a beat and a rhythm section, cool. I need to have a bass, something that's adding a little bit of musical tonality to that rhythm section, cool, got that. Now I need a chord progression, something that moves the track forward melodically, great. And then I need a lead. I need something that catches you, hooks you in, sings on top of the track, adds a signature to it, adds really the sort of sparkle and the shine to the track. And once you have those 4 elements, and you can do, it doesn't mean you only have like one lead track, right? Like if you got a lead guitar, you could double that lead guitar with another lead, like piano or a synth or something, and like stack them up and make kind of cool combination sounds. But basically all of those are playing the same singular role of lead, right? So if you see your music this way, maybe you could kind of just fill in parts rather than just kind of shooting blind from the beginning and just starting to stack up a whole bunch of different random sounds and hoping that it all works out. But see them in terms of what role is this playing? Is this really necessary? Because like you said, a lot of tracks on TV are pretty stripped down, not a lot going on, because every individual instrument is actually playing a very, very powerful and particular and important necessary role, and they cut all the rest of the fat out. So hopefully that helps.